Well, the Celtics and Danny Ainge, Trader Danny, have certainly been living up to their name. Busy offseason for them. So gone are their top three players in minutes from last year. That's Isaiah Thomas, Avery Bradley, Jay Crowder, along with Kelly Olynyk, who, as you remember, was the Game 7 hero in their series win against the Wizards. Enter Kyrie Irving, Gordon Hayward, Jason Tatum, Marcus Morris. It's the second time Danny Ainge has acquired two All-Stars in an offseason. The other time, fellas, I know you remember it well, a decade ago, he got Kevin Garnett and Ray Allen. What did that lead to? A title, which every Celtics fan will remind you of. Last time we did this, you know what happened. Let's bring in our insider, Jeff Goodman. And Jeff, just interested in terms of the Celtics, what concerned them about Isaiah Thomas long term?
Well, number one was his age. I mean, he's turning 29 years old this year. And certainly coming off that hip injury, he hasn't done anything in the offseason. And they were worried, according to a source I talked to last night after the deal, they were worried how he was going to come back because his game is predicated on what? Speed. I mean, that's what he does. He can get anywhere in the court. He's shifty, and they were worried about how he would come back if he'd be 100%. And also, certainly his contract. You know, he's a bargain this year at $6.5 million, but he said publicly, back up the Brinks truck. He wants to get paid. He wants to be a max player. Now, the Celtics didn't feel like they would have to pay him max money, but they knew they were going to have to pay him a significant amount of money for a potential long-term deal at 29 years old, and they were worried about that.
And Danny Ainge doesn't have to worry about that now in Cleveland now. When you look at Thomas's style of play, and then Jay Crowder as well, how will they fit in LeBron's style of play in this offense in Cleveland?
Well, I talked to one Eastern Conference GM last night, and he said it's going to be interesting to watch because Kyrie was a ball-dominant point guard, right? I mean, not a true point, a scoring point. Isaiah is even more of a ball-dominant guard. He needs the ball in his hands, dribble, dribble, dribble. Obviously, the best scenario is to have the ball in LeBron's hands as much as humanly possible. So how will they coexist? Will they work together well? And again, going back to it, will Isaiah be 100%? Jay Crowder certainly adds some toughness. He also adds a guy that can make corner threes. Last year in the playoffs, J.R. Smith struggled. Iman Shumpert, not an offensive player. Kyle Korver went cold. So they've got a guy that they can bring in. And listen, you got to give Kobe Altman, their young new GM, credit for the Cavs. He was able to get some guys for now in Isaiah Thomas and Jay Crowder, and they like Ante Zizic, the young big guy, and for the future. And really, this trade, Kevin, is going to be determined. The winner will be determined by that Nets pick. Where does it fall? Who do they get? Do they get somebody like Marvin Bagley, Michael Porter Jr., DeAndre Ayton? If they do, then I think Cleveland looks a lot better in this scenario.
Ante Zizic. I'm going to write that down so I remember how to say his name. Thank you, Jeff. Look, I don't know what he can do to top this, but do you think Danny Ainge is done making trades?
You know, somebody asked him that in the conference call last night. They said, are you done? Is your summer over? Gary Washburn, I think from the Globe, asked him that question. And Ainge said, you never know. And with Trader Danny, you do never know. One thing, Kevin, I'll tell you is today really put a crimp in my plans. It was going to be my fantasy football homework day so I could dethrone you. And now instead, I'm here at the Garden, you know, and I'm going to have to go maybe around the corner and get one of those cheat sheets, those magazines. I don't even know if they still sell them.
You need all the help you can get.
I'm going to work on it. You're not winning again.
You need all the help you can get. The idea that you would use a day to look up fantasy football says enough about your decision making.
I'm going to beat you.
The NBA has a stranglehold on the offseason. That is certainly
Not
clear.
right now.
All right, Jeff Goodman with the latest. He's back in the 9 a.m. hour for more reaction from this blockbuster.